Alright, today we're going to calculate markup. And we're doing the markup intro dash create a formula to calculate markup. So markup, having the vocabulary term right here, is the amount added by a seller to the cost of a commodity to cover expenses and profit in fixing the selling price. So basically it is how much you increase the price by on something to make a profit. And most stores must do that because that's their main function. They are buying things and then selling them for more. And so they have to mark up the price. And you want to be able to use a chart similar to this where you can figure out how much you increase the price by on each item because you want to know how much markup each item has so you know how profitable each item is. And then from there you can make business decisions that will um, determine where you put things, how much of everything you put it, where you put it, so that you can be the most profitable store possible. And even if something is unprofitable or doesn't make that much money, doesn't have much markup, you might eliminate that from your store completely. So we're going to calculate markup here. And so we said it's how much you increase the price by in order to make a profit. So if you are buying it, the unit cost, buying it for $1.56 and selling it for $2.50, we have to figure out the difference between these two. And we don't want it to be a negative, so we want to go with a formula, equal sign, and we'll take our selling price and subtract it from how much we paid for it. And so we get 94 cents, the difference between these two, and we can fill that down, which tells it to take the cell next to it, subtract it by the one to the left of that, fill it down. And they have all different markups for these different items, some higher than others. Like you can see that the hand soap has a much higher markup than the beef jerky or the peace tea. And these are not exact numbers. In real life, maybe beef jerky has a much higher markup than hand soap, but for this we are just looking at what the data reads out. And so we have our markup. We know how much they increase the price by to make a profit. The harder value is the markup percentage because it will give you a more accurate reading, especially when comparing low markup or low cost things to higher cost. So if you have a low cost item that sells more often and it has a percentage that is a good markup percentage compared to other items, then you just have a better idea with that. And also you can compare the markup percentage for certain items to items in different stores or in different locations or in different industries. And many industries have very different markups, but we are going to calculate this one by starting with the formula, equal sign. And you might have to try a few things. Your instructor will probably pause the video to have you try figure it out, to use your problem solving skills to make sure this markup percentage makes sense. But after we get done pausing it, you'll take the markup or how much you increased the price by and divide that by, so we get a percentage, by the unit cost or how much you paid for it. And it's in cents right now, but we need to change this to a percentage. And if that makes sense, if you were to take $1.56, multiply it by this percentage, would you get the markup that you do have? And if you look at this, it does make sense. The markup's 94 cents. 60% gets you to about that. And so we can fill this down. And some items, more than double, which this one does, the hand soap, so you know it can be over 100%. Markup can be over 100%. And so unlike the percentage of sales, which cannot, this one can. Very important to remember. And you can finish out your totals, average, highest, lowest here. These asterisks will tell you to change the cost of coffee to 35 cents. So the actual cost to us. And so if you find coffee here, instead of 37 cents, it's 35. And watch your formulas change because that's the handiness of Excel. These two change. So we have that. And then we're going to chart the unit cost and selling price in a bar graph. So to do that, we have to select our data. We have our items here, and we want unit cost and selling price. And so we can actually go straight across here. Um, Here we can talk about exact charting and how you can get these titles to work in it. Sometimes they do not. In general, in Excel, you need to have the items selected to be even across. So if I were to try to go with them uneven, it rarely works. Going straight across can work. You can always move your title up or down to um, try to get that to work. But if I go like this and make a bar graph, it reads out for us. And it did have the titles in. So that worked out. Um, then you're going to chart the markup percentages in the bar graph, and you're going to give the graph a title and decorate the chart. So have the contrast in the um, chart area and the plot area so that it has a good look to it.